Hey folks, welcome back to another one of my videos. If you're watching this, it means that you're interested in how the police recruitment process can be improved. So today at the Police Superintendent's Conference, it's September 2019, if you're watching this in the future, Chief Constable Martin Hewitt, the chair of the National Police Chiefs Council, started talking about the enormity of the task ahead because the 20,000 uplift sounds challenging in terms of recruiting 20,000 additional officers over the next 3 years, but it's even more challenging by the fact that, and I've spoken about this on numerous occasions in my videos, that we need to replace the officers who are leaving, and they're leaving at a rate of about 8,500 to 9,000 a year, which means that as a conservative estimate, we're going to have to recruit almost 50,000 people. And based on the best guesstimate of 1 in 10 are successful in the recruitment process, then that means around 500,000 people are going to have to apply to join the police. There's only 1.3 million people currently unemployed. It's a massive challenge. Where are all these people going to come from? Well, I'll tell you where a lot of them are going to come from, because a lot of that 1 in 10 drop out. And the reasons why they drop out is because the police recruitment process is committing own goals all over the place. Seriously, folks, massive, massive own goals. Now, I know at the Police Chiefs Council and Superintendent's Conference they're talking about all of these big strategic things, but these are massive, quick wins here. These are my top 10 quick wins that forces can start implementing now. Never mind in years' time, in 2 years' time we might face this challenge. Now, with a few tweaks in your processes, implement these things and you start resolving some of those problems about where we're going to get all of these people from, because they're out there. I know that. I've got a police recruitment support group that's got 7,500 people in it. 7,500 people who want to join the police. Okay, a lot of them have actually joined now and have become Bluelight mentors, so they're mentors for other people in the group. And some of them are actually people from HR who are helping to poach from other forces, people who may have failed the final interview. Come and join us then. See a bit of that going on. Anyway, here you go, folks. Pin your ears back. Here's the top 10 things that I think you could start doing to ensure that the recruitment process is slicker and more user-friendly. And the first one, it's not in particular order, by the way, this one, but the first one, this comes from the Metropolitan Police, who have got this horrendous reputation. Just today, several people have said that they've passed the day one, brilliant, so excited, but they didn't go on to book their day two, which is the medical and the fitness. And because of that, because they've not booked it in a certain time frame, the Metropolitan Police have sent them an automated email to say they've been withdrawn from the process. What? What? They didn't tell them that they had to book their day two by a certain time. They just dropped that on the toes. The amount of people who are talking about their accounts being deactivated because they left it open for too long. Or people who get sent emails to say you've failed on vetting, and then when they can be bothered to phone up to say, what have I failed on? They've been told, oh, it's a mistake, that email shouldn't have gone out. Or other people who have been told, you've been successful in the day one, well done, you're one step closer to becoming PC, whatever their surname is. And then 2 days later, they get an email to say we've been withdrawn from the process. And they spend a whole weekend worrying about it. And then they phone up on the Monday to be told, oh yeah, that was an error, sorry about that. And that's even if they can find a phone number to contact Met HR. And then when they do contact them, a lot of the time they get people who just go, I don't know, do you? So come on folks, tidy that up. That is just unacceptable. You're losing so many people because of administrative auto-reply cock-ups in your system. Second, no personal contact. The amount of my clients who say, I've not spoken to anyone at all throughout the recruitment process. It's all been automated, it's all been done by email. Oh, wouldn't it be good if someone just phoned me and I could talk to someone, but I can't even find a telephone number to contact. I don't even know who to contact. So I'll send emails that aren't returned. I'll phone up and I'll be told someone will get back in touch and no one gets back in touch. Or I get emails that just say, dear candidate. It's not hard, folks. There are so many ways of making sure that when you email someone, even if it's a blanket email, it includes their name. MailChimp, just use MailChimp. So many people don't, I mean, what are you using, forces? What systems are you using? Which archaic systems from the 1990s are you using that can't autofill emails? Or there'll be an email saying, congratulations, you're through to the next stage. If you've got any questions, please do, blah, 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 contact us, but no contact details. And it'll just say, signed, the HR team. Who's that? Who's the HR team? Come on, personalise it. These are people who are going to cost you over £2 million in terms of salary and pension, and you can't be bothered to add a personal touch, and that's something that most of my clients miss. Here's a huge one, not saying or making it clear what's going to happen next and by when. And that is so simple, folks. You just tell people the next stage is, this is what you need to do by when, or this is what we will do by when, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. So people are really confused and having to call, contact, phone, email that aren't being answered, not being resolved, and you're losing so many people because you're just not taking care of them throughout that process and telling them and making it clear what's going to happen next. Next, all sorts of spurious processes that are just made up on the back of a cigarette packet. That's an old phrase, that from the 70s, isn't it? But here's one from Northumbria Police application form lottery. So lots of people applied last time Northumbria Police opened. And when people phoned up to say, well, my friend has been told their application form's been successful, what's happening with mine? They were told things like, consistently, by the way, this isn't just from one or two clients, this is from more than several, were told, we're treating it like a lottery, so we're just choosing application forms at random and marking them when we've got someone who can mark them. What? So one of my clients was left hanging for about 7 or 8 months before she found out that her application form had been successful. She'd already got employment elsewhere. So that was the end of it. You lost a really good client, and I can promise you she is absolute quality, and you lost her because of some nonsensical application form lottery. What? I mean, come on, please, get a grip of that. Internal staff, no support or guidance. You've got a huge bank of people who want to join the police. You've got special constables, all sorts of volunteers, PCSOs, detention officers, and yet consistently what they say is they get no internal advice or guidance on what the process is going to involve. And I know you might be thinking, oh, we don't want to favour them, but why not favour them? Why not? You've already got them, they're already interested. Favour them, show them how to get through the process in an ethical way. But at the moment what they're saying is no support, no guidance. That's a consistent message. Holding bays. Oh, this is a huge bugbear of mine, this. People who have been successful in the recruitment process promise the earth. They might have taken 18 months to 2 years to get to the point where they've been told they've been successful in the final interview, only to be told, we don't have an intake for you yet, you might have to wait. And there's people being told that they'll be in the holding bay for up to a year or beyond, and we'll let you know as soon as possible. And it's, you know, a year or so to me isn't that much, because I'm in my 50s, but a year or so, after you've already spent a year or two applying to a 20-year-old, might as well be a lifetime, and they're missing out on so many opportunities, and they're going to disregard you. They're going to go elsewhere. They're going to get another job. It's not as if people who are unemployed, I mean, it's a sweeping statement, this, but the sort of people who want to join the police, if they're unemployed, it's because they want to be. These are go-getting people who can find jobs elsewhere. Don't treat them like that. I mean, please. And don't raise their hopes. Don't raise their hopes. By putting them through the whole process, only to tell them that, oh, you didn't tick that box, or you can't join because. So one of my clients for Devon and Cornwall Police, she's in her 50s, she's amazing, she's done all sorts of things, she's been the owner of a business, she's worked for charities, she is exactly what the police are looking for. They put her through the whole process, assessment centre, she got over 60% because that's what Devon and Cornwall want. She passed their final interview, and then it came to the point where they went, oh dear, you don't seem to have an educational qualification that we need. You don't have a level 3 qualification. And she went, well, surely life experience. And anyway, on my application form, I made it clear that these are the qualifications I've got. I've just got O-levels. And they went, no, but you need an A-level. And that was it. Gone. Her dreams shattered. And they could have spotted that a lot earlier. She'd spent up to a year going through that process. But they tried to save it by saying, okay, you can join as a PCSO. And she said, fantastic, where do I start? No, you've got to start the application process all over again. Apply to be a PCSO, go for the PCSO assessment centre, go for the PCSO final interview, and then you can join as a PCSO. What do you think she's doing now? Well, actually, she's that committed that she's going for it. She's going for it, but come on, you know, you can do better than that. Same with vetting and monetary issues. People who are saying, look, I've got this issue, this problem in my past, will I get through? And they're saying, oh, we'll tell you at the end. When actually, it'd take 5 or 10 minutes to be able to say, you've got a 99% probability that you're going to get failed on vetting. It's up to you. Same with financial issues. People are going through all the way right to the very end of it, and then they're being failed on vetting with financial issues because they've got a county court judgment, where if they'd just made it a little clearer to them, because it's buried in all sorts of small print, that if you've got a county court judgment that's outstanding, you can't join the police. So a little bit of time and investment in this is not going to raise hopes unnecessarily. Number 8, we're almost at the end, folks. Number 8, it takes far too long. Far too long. Some forces are really good at this. They can get people through the system in about 6 months or so. Other forces, it's taking up to 2 years. There's so many of my clients, for them, it's taken up to 2 years. For some of them, it's taken longer. Think about it. How many other jobs would take that long? Why does it need to take so long to join the police? I joined the police in the 1980s. I was in within about 7 or 8 months. So why now, in the world of technological advancement, in the world of, hey, we're so much faster at doing things, does it take up to 2 years to join the police? Absolute nonsense. Number 9, boring blah, 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 blah. So there's a force out there just recently put out so much bumf. Join us, blah, 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 blah. Corporate this, blah, 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 speak. So many cliches, corporate cliches. I lost the will to live, and I'm not even Generation Z. Phrases like TACC said, and then followed by loads of blah, blah, corporate, blah, 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 blah. I've asked several of my clients who are PCSOs and specials, what's a T/ACC, and they've all gone, I have no idea. What's a TAC? I don't know. Do you know? So don't use policey type phrases, because I know what a temporary assistant chief constable is, but most of the people who are joining the police haven't got a clue. They haven't got a clue, so it's just an example of really poor marketing. And so this one links to number 10. Too complex. The process is too complex, too many forms, too many things to complete. I've applied for some police forces just recently, and I'm horrified by the amount of pages I've got to go through just to get to the application form. And then to get an email that's just not addressed to me at all. It's not even addressed to anyone. It doesn't even say, dear candidate. It's just blah, 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 blah. Thank you for registering. The next stage is the application form. You'd expect a link, wouldn't you? No, it's nothing. And then it just says, thank you, the HR team. It doesn't even tell me what's going to happen next. You're making it too complicated. Now, this is what Generation Z wants. These are the people who were born 1995 onwards. I've checked it out with so many of them, by the way. So many of them tell me this, that it's too complex, too many words, they can't focus on it, too many web pages, too much blah, blah, blah. There's a force out there, I'll let you find the force, who are just doing an amazing job, an absolutely amazing job of recruitment. They've got this really brilliant video out there, which is on Facebook, it's on YouTube, it's so appealing, it's got this really strong hook that draws people in. It drew me in, and I'm in my 50s. Because you're competing here, not with people's attention, you're competing with a thumb. Can you get their thumb to stop scrolling among all the stuff, all the content that's on Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook? You're competing with a thumb. And what you're trying to do is to get it to stop and press play. And once you've got that, this force hooks them in. This video is amazing. It's about 3 minutes long. It's everything a recruitment video should be. And at the end of it, it takes them to a landing page. And the landing page is really simple. It's a fantastic call to action. The video, by the way, has got amazing stories in it. The landing page is a call to action, and the call to action is leave your name and your phone number and we will call you. Boom, as my daughter keeps telling me not to say. I shouldn't say that, should I? But I was so impressed with this force. They know their market. They know the people they need to appeal to, and they're doing it so brilliantly. So there you go, folks. This, message me and I'll share with you the force, but they're doing an amazing job. I'm so impressed with them. I've consistently been impressed with them, and they are poaching really good people from other forces as well. I know that because some of them are my clients who are now sergeants, and they're amazing people, and they're being poached from other forces. So don't think you're going to solve all your recruitment processes by poaching, by the way, because there's only so many people can poach from who. But these are some of the things, these are the bugbears. It's not just my bugbears, this is what over 7,000 people have said who are in the Facebook group now. This is based on over 4,000 people who I've helped to be successful in the police recruitment process. Long video, folks, I know that, but here's the 10 things, change these things, and you're going to make your recruitment process so much slicker. And take a look at the force that's doing a brilliant job of it. If you'd like to find out more, then my contact details are in the link, or you can just leave me a message, because this is only going to go on YouTube and Facebook. Actually, you might see it on Twitter as well, but just tweet away, message me, phone me, email me. More than happy to share some of this knowledge I've got with you, because on behalf of my clients, do better, please. Forces, please do better. I'll end on that. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.